Well, what an intriguing quintet of heats we've seen in the men's 400 metres. This is Michael Joseph of St. Lucia, 19 years of age. PB this year. Could he produce another? Harun Adoli of Uganda, national champion, made the semis of the African champs. He looks fired up. Could he go under 46 seconds for the first time? Emmanuel Correa came into the Eugene World Champs, not necessarily at his blistering best, but I tell you what, he was in the 800 final, and he's a very good 400-metre runner as well. He goes third from the outside. Kashif King, World Junior finalist with the Trinidadian quartet in the 4x4 back in 2016. Fourth in the national champs, capable of breaking 46 at his best, I think. Zimbane Ngozi made the African Championship final and was part of that magnificent Olympic bronze medal winning quartet last year with Isaac Makwala, the veteran Botswanan, finally getting his hands on an Olympic medal. Aidan Peters, third in the Grenadian national champs, really close to his PB this year. And 24-year-old, could he be inspired just as Samu Konga was in the fifth heat? And this is Angelo Garland of the Turks and Caicos Island. Knocked out in the heats back in Glasgow. Could he go one better here 8 years on? The non-automatic spot to keep an eye on, by the way, is Gale of Barbados. There it is, 46.66, with only 2 of the 5 heats remaining. Well, we've just seen a blistering 44.89 from Samakonga of Zambia. What will we get here? We have Garland, Turks and Caicos in 2, Peters Grenada 3, Ngozi Botswana 4, King Trinidad 5, Korea in your shot there, the Olympic and world champion over 800 in 6, Adoli Uganda in 7, and Joseph St. Lucia in 8. Top 3 coming back for the semis. Really exciting young runner, Ngozi, in lane 4. And he has started really well, already eating up the stagger on the excellent Trinidadian King just outside him. No big move yet from Emmanuel Correa. Joseph's gone out quite hard for St. Lucia, but you would have expected that. And the Ugandan, second from the left, is coming under pressure now from Correa. So it's the Kenyan and the Botswanan leading, with Peters of Grenada trying to get in the mix for a top 3 finish, although he's a long way adrift now. Good running here by the Ugandan. Adoli right alongside Emmanuel Correa. The Kenyan pulling away. Really good stuff by the Ugandan in third there. Correa you would have expected to come through nicely, and he did. 46.2, looks barely out of breath. And Ngozi perhaps paid a fraction for his very bold early pace. He took second, and Adoli of Uganda is through to the semi-finals.
Well, these men's 400-metre heats, they're just the gift that keeps on giving. We've just had such a ride, haven't we? Allen, Matthew Hudson-Smith, Samu Konga, and then Correa there in lane number 6, the 27-year-old, as you say, dropping down in distance, the Olympic and World 800-metre champion. Therefore, it takes him a little bit longer to get going. He has to set his stall out a little bit earlier when he's dropping down to a sprint event. It looks like there was good qualifying, though. They're out of heat number 6. And indeed, 46.20 confirmed as the winning time for the Kenyan. But again, went pretty much to plan, didn't it, Rob? Well, St. Lucian on the outside. Joseph was going well at this 200-metre point. And you could see the Kenyan Correa was in total control. Running close to his line, though, there, the Kenyan. Has to keep an eye on that, drifting onto the left-hand side of his lane. And again. Yeah, a little bit of rocking and rolling. But when needed, that speed endurance came through, the 800-metre power. But again, I think that was a little bit more effort than maybe he would have liked to get through the qualifying there.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought he's probably run more comfortable 46.2s in his time. Ngozi went too hard too early, I think, although, of course, he's come through in second place and qualified. Excellent run by the Ugandan in third. He looks relaxed here, but that was because he'd had to do a reasonable amount of work just in that penultimate 50 just to get himself in front of Adoli, who was in the lane outside him. The two best qualifiers, arguably Allen of Jamaica and Hudson Smith, and then Samu Conga, depending upon whether he's already run his final in the heats with 44.89 and whether he can recover from the cramp. But we've certainly got some intriguing looking semis still to come. I think Korea did have to work a little bit for that, you know.
Yeah,
Coming through to take it,
wasn't he, Rob?
But he was working.
Yeah, he was sandwiched between two athletes that also desperately want to get into the Commonwealth Games semi-final. A little bit of rocking and rolling, but that's all right. Some people run different styles. You make what you've got effective. You make what you've got efficient. But yeah, the Uganda national champion outside him, Adoli in lane number 7. He was struggling a bit at the end, but automatically through in third at about 46.3. But yes, so far so good in these men's 400-metre heats, with one more to come. All the main players are through. And Samu Conga, I can just see down to my right, is still in a little bit of trouble. And there's breaking news here about something I mentioned potentially from the Kenyan, Rob Walker.
Yes, we are now seeing on our system in the commentary box that Emmanuel Correa, who came through to win that heat, the world champion and Olympic champion over 800 metres, looks as though he has been disqualified. Catherine Merry, the Olympic bronze medalist from Sydney, did say he had run very close to the inside of his lane. If the DQ stands, and you would expect the Kenyans to protest that, Ngozi of Botswana will be given the win, Adoli of Uganda in second, and the big beneficiary will be Michael Joseph from St. Lucia, because he didn't have a qualifying time as one of the 3 non-automatic qualifiers, but I think he will go through. Now, where's the problem here, Catherine?
Well, keep your eye on lane 6. Obviously, the bright Kenyan colours. For those who are watching who know the rule book, it's a transgression 17.3.1 that's come up on our system. We're assuming it's a lane infringement. If you're running a straight line race like 100 metres or 100 metre or 110 metre hurdles and you go onto the line and you don't impede somebody, it's not a problem. But you're literally cutting corners here. Let's keep an eye on the Kenyan. So he drifts a little bit here, like we said in the first replay. There and there. I think he's probably got 2 or 3 strides on the inside line, and there again, and there again, and there again. So if that rule of 17.3.1 is a lane infringement, it was pretty clear that that was the case, which we saw, and I saw on the first replay.
Yep, and that is what it is. 17.3.1 is a lane infringement. So we would expect the Kenyans to protest, but if it stands, the Olympic and world champion over 800 metres has been disqualified. And Ngozi of Botswana is the winner of Heat 6 with Adoli in second. And Michael Joseph goes through